Hello, Mark.
Hello.
This is your quick charge, and why are you waggling the gear lever?
I want to see the different regeneration levels going down.
We're going down a quite steep hill. Are you lifted off the accelerator?
Yeah, now I am. So it's gaining quite a lot of speed, but then this is a 20% hill.
So this is quite a bumpy hill.
But it's sort of first impressions. It's a massive steering wheel. I think you said that.
The E-Up, yeah, it's got a massive steering wheel.
But it's oh, hello little pheasanty thing.
It's quite comfy though, isn't it?
It is. The seats are very hard.
Yes.
It is I suppose all around this is a city car in the sense that,
and we're look at that view.
Not in the city. It's designed, the small turning circle, the massive amounts of visibility, the seats that aren't hugely comfortable. It's all designed to allow you to get around the city quickly without having to worry.
And I reckon around the city, I mean, it's got enough acceleration. It's quite pokey. I mean, we're on a hill, don't forget.
That is a nice little bit of acceleration.
I was on the motorway last night and I did notice, for those who know, I was on the slip road of the A46 and the M4. And for those who don't know, that slip road is quite easy to accidentally break the speed limit in the Nissan Leaf by just flooring it. This one eventually got to 70, but it did take a little bit longer to get there.
Okay.
So, you know.
I quite like this little dash. I know you said you weren't quite used to it.
I don't mind it. I just think it's just a bit strange that this bit detaches for no reason.
Yeah, I guess if it is your sat-nav, something like that there looks very much like the old-fashioned sat-navs that would stick to your dash, and maybe it was something they were concerned people were going to break into the car with.
Maybe. Maybe.
Oh, massive visibility.
And some wheel spin.
And some wheel spin.
Now you're in regular mode. If I switch to Eco and then Eco Plus.
Eco Plus mode.
That restricts your motor power.
But still, it's got enough to push you back
I drove
in the seat
down
a little
motorway
bit.
in Eco Plus.
And I'll be doing some driving later in Eco Plus. It all seems very well put together. I like the little vents. Oh, here's a car to get past. Thank you. She just crashed her car, I'm fairly sure.
She was coming quite quickly, wasn't she?
She was coming quite quickly around that corner. Everything's nice and within reach, and actually it's something we've seen quite a lot we've mentioned it in quite a few of our reviews recently, that in a lot of cars things seem out of reach too much, whereas they're all very nice and very close and very near in this, which is absolutely lovely.
I'll tell you one thing I don't notice. I don't think there's a noise. There's no noise, is there? There's no like pedestrian warning alert system on this.
Oh, not even the hum. Let's slow down to below 10 miles an hour. Let's have a listen. No, I can't hear anything.
Unless we've not turned it on or something, but I can't hear anything.
So there's no warning system on it, which is very interesting, because that would be and I've got a feeling now you mentioned that's something we mentioned in the press day video we did, that they chose not to include it on this, and I can't remember the reasoning behind it, or if I was even told a reason behind it. It feels this is going to sound very weird if you haven't driven Volkswagens, but it feels very much like a Volkswagen.
Yes, it does, and that's what I like about it so far. It feels very solid. I mean, and I came home last night and I said to my wife, I'd been bombing down single track country lanes about 20 miles an hour faster than I would in the Leaf.
Because it felt that much more sure-footed.
Because it felt that much more sure-footed. So I was going along country lanes at 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a national speed limit, I should notice. You know, theoretically you're allowed to do 60, and I was doing 50, whereas normally I'd sort of trundle along at 30 in the Leaf. Not because the Leaf's a poor car, but just because the Leaf has it's a much bigger car, and it has it's a bigger car, there's more of it, so you can't sort of
throw it around, yeah,
more easily.
Throw it around the corners quite as nicely. It's definitely, having a quick drive now, I'm very excited about driving this more. It's a car that's getting me excited, which I probably shouldn't have gone then, but sorry.
The thing that worries me is the cost, and we'll talk about that later, and we'll examine that later. I think the cost is going to be the prohibitive thing.
Yeah, and that's, yes, I agree. Let's not go into that now. But
Last thoughts?
I'm really excited about this as a car. Ignoring the price, I am very excited about this. It feels incredibly sure-footed. It seems to have enough power just to make corners a little bit exciting. And yeah, I want one.
All right, well, we'll see how you feel about it this time next week.
Yes.
Goodbye, Mark.
Bye-bye.